Good afternoon to all of you, and all ready to go? Yes. Yeah, and you know that 2:30 is they call it a very unearthly hour because after lunch and all that. So it's also my challenge to ensure that you all stay awake, and it's also your challenge to stay awake, because in coaching, one of the things that we learn is we have to listen. We got to listen under all conditions. So therefore, it's a joint effort by both of us to make the best of this 2 hours that we are going to spend together right up to 4:30. Are you all okay with that? Okay, fine with that, huh? All right, so let's begin. First and foremost, my big thank to Prof. Sofri for making this whole thing available with his, his what he call permission and his love for coaching. That's why this whole thing became possible. And of course, Encik Kamaldin from BOSS, and he's driving the whole thing here in Penang. So with the both of them here, it really make our job here a lot simpler to make coaching possible for all of you. All right. This is the program that you are going to go through. It is called Powerful Facilitative Skills of Coaches, and to deliver this is me. Michael is my name in short. Just call me Michael, Mike, that's all. Just a little bit about me, just a minute, not more, so that we spend more time on the learning rather than somebody is here to tell you, here I am, who am I, and so forth. But, formality would make it, what they call a requirement for me to just say a couple of words to you. Now, I have been with coaching for the last 15 years. That's quite a long time for coaching, and that's about the time when coaching set into Malaysia, about that same time. At that time, there was nobody that I could talk to, relate to, or even study. Everything was on the telephone. We didn't have Skype as well, so it was a very expensive journey that I went through myself. But I believe in one thing, that coaching was going to grow. And I waited and waited, did a lot of things down there. People sometimes wonder when you tell people, hey, people ask you, what do you do? You tell people, I'm a coach. Huh? What do you coach? But you're so fat, how come you can become a coach? Or they make fun of you. Oh, you mean to say you are a coach driver? Or you are a motivator, you trainer? So, and those kind of things was part of this whole journey of growing up, and I'm glad that I've reached this stage, and to have you all here, it's a proof that coaching is really what they call becoming more and more what they call popular among people. All right. Now I blog. Okay, if you want to read articles, I write every Tuesday in a paper that probably you don't want to read, or you don't read very much, the New Straits Times. But you ever get hold of the NST on a Tuesday, I've been writing articles on coaching for the last 14 years as well. I didn't know much about coaching, but I was writing about coaching already because I believed that it was going to grow. So I grew with my articles, and yeah. Okay, and I'm from this body, the Malaysian Association of Certified Coaches, in short called MAC. This is not the anti-corruption body. This is the actually we got our name even before them, but yeah. And we're trying to be doing great work over here in coaching. And let me take you through afterwards a little bit more about what we do. Okay, so that's me in short. And what I'm going to deliver for you for the next 2 hours is this thing called Powerful Facilitative Skills of Coaches. And I will take you through this, this whole plan of 7 topics. You have with you a piece of note, right? And it has got all the slides down there. Here is found with you as well. And at the end, there are 2 pages of a template. I will explain that to you, okay? But you can just flip and take down your notes if you want to, but you don't need to because most of the slides are already here. So, this 7 part, will take 2 hours to do it. First, of course, just a little bit about MAC. Okay, who are coaches? I know some of you all have gone through the first program already. May I have a show of hands of those of you who came for the first talk, just to know? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, about. So the rest of you are coming here for the first time on coaching. All right, no problem. Whichever you go, we will still get to Rome, like they say. All roads will lead to Rome. So we get to Rome. So explore a little bit on coaches. But coaches, from the facilitative angle, how do you connect a facilitator with that of a coach? So we explore that. And why coaches are supposed to be powerful in their skills in facilitation, and how they facilitate. Afternoon to you. And this is a part where you will pick up some skills on how to facilitate on your own. And that will take about an hour. This thing here will take about an hour, maybe lesser. But we're going to spend some time over here where all of you here are going to apply what we have learned from 1 to 4, and you do some coaching among yourself for half an hour. Then after that, we come back to the room again, and we will wrap up the entire thing with your learning, and that will be the order of the day. So we'll do this, and then we will come here to reflect on what you have learned, and then whatever other things that you want to know, and that's the 2 hours that you'll be spending your time here. All right? Okay? Good. You raise your hand, you got something to ask? No, huh? And make this a very, what they call, relaxed, atmosphere. In coaching, we always believe that you learn best when you are having fun. You don't learn very much when you are in a very serious note. So let's have some fun, discussion, anything for that matter, and just make this whole experience a great one for you. Okay, shall we start? All right. First, MACC, just a short one here, like I mentioned. It stands for the Malaysian Association of Certified Coaches. And what do? Basically, we do things like a community for all the coaches and the coach students, those who are studying about coaching, those people who are coaches. They come together because they need a home. They need a home to grow their skills, to network. So MAC provides that platform for them to come together. And we are the first and largest, what they call, recognized association of coaches. Today we have about 200 members. We let people decide whether they want to join, but the moment they come in, then they are part of that community. It has got a shared vision to grow the vibrant community here, and we want to grow that in the north as well. We are pretty strong for the last 5-6 years in KL, but we want to expand that and make sure that Penang, especially Penang, my hometown, that's where I came from. I got a special interest in Penang more than any other state. So I'd like to see it coming through over here. And with great Prof over here and Kamaldin, I think this dream will be possible. Affiliated, I will talk a bit more about how MAC is affiliated to this body called, or this company called Corporate Coach Academy. And of course, a very, very important thing about coaching is the International Coach Federation. What is that? The International Coach Federation. We call it in short the ICF. So what is ICF? ICF is a world body of coaches. It's like the Cambridge for the academic world, or an MIT for engineering, or a Stanford, blah, blah, blah. But in coaching, it is always about the International Coach Federation, and we are very much, affiliated to this body, and we want to bring the best coaching ever to people around us who wants to really, what they call, learn coaching in a very, very serious way. Currently, we are in the central, but we are putting our foot now high and getting into the northern soil. We are trying to see something happening over in Penang, and also, of course, in Perak, Ipoh as well. So that's that about the community. Now, any question? Okay, we move on. Now, the affiliation, okay, we are part of this. This is the school that trains coaches. This is the body that we are attached to grow our coaches, governed by their rules, governed by their competencies, governed by their philosophy. We run a program with help called a master's program, and of late, and very, very nice that we are also a part of USM trying to bring coaching in. So we consider USM also as a strategic partner in this dream of making coaching a big thing in this part of Malaysia. All right, done. Let's get to the object now. Who are coaches? That's the definition. What it says here, I'd like to ask you all to read, possible, together, so that we don't fall asleep, so you're participating as well. Short one. Can we read together? Coaches are deep learning facilitators who raise people's self-awareness to achieve more fulfilling goals. Thank you so much. Now, You see the word down there, self-awareness, that is in yellow, purposely made into yellow. Because the key role of a coach is the ability to raise someone's self-awareness. It's always believed that if people's awareness is very, very high, they do wonders one. Don't have to remind them, don't have to push them, don't have to breathe on them, don't have to do things for them, because they will know how to be self-empowered to do it. That's self-awareness. High. And how do we raise that? How do we raise the self-awareness of someone? We use a process called facilitation. Then they get something. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's try to understand self-awareness. Let's say I am now a staff of your company. Okay? And you are my manager. And I say that to you, boss, I want to resign in 24 hours. Can or cannot, boss? Okay, so I have no self-awareness. All I know is currently I'm very emotional. Something has happened. So I came to you and I say I want to resign 24 hours. 24 hours, huh? Not giving a 1 month notice, no. 24 hours, no. Okay, let's say, who wants to be a coach? I think there are some coaches here. Help to raise my awareness so that I see more. Then I consider my decision. Without telling me, oh, don't you resign 24 hours, no good, no. Our company will be very angry with you, no. Or where are you going to get your job, no, you resign 24 hours. That's you telling, okay? That's not coaching, okay? Coaching is, let me make the whole discovery. Now, who wants to do that for me? Let's say I'm your staff. Coaches? Alan, where's Alan? Alan, that's the coach down there. Alan, okay. Boss, I want to resign 24 hours.
Have you think or have you made any self-assessment of what?
I'm very angry. I don't want to think anymore. I'm very fed up with my boss. No. So I want to resign. No time to think. I just decided right now I want to resign 24 hours. Because sometimes people are emotional. They just do one thing that this guy, they are out of it. So what do you do? Okay, good start. So, Alan, I have not thought of any of those things.
Have you discussed it with your family?
No time, I just decided right now only. You're my first person that I... Okay, so if we don't do anything to this guy, thanks, Alan, he may resign, because something emotional has happened. If someone takes him up to consider certain things with questions like what? Example of question. Huh?
Why are you angry? What?
My boss, no good that's so very bad blah blah blah. No, this is not self-awareness. This is complaining, and you make his situation even become worse. You know what I mean? Because he's already angry. So sometimes we don't ask him too much about this kind of question because make him more angry. So we want to ask other questions that can raise awareness, like what?
How will the family?
Huh?
If you resign,
where your income come from? Okay. Then I say I have no income. My family got no money if I resign. Then your next question, then what will happen when you have no money for your family? Then all will suffer. So what happened when they suffer? Wow, then my life, my wife may leave me, Then what happened when your wife leave you? Then I'll be bachelor again. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Okay, but you see, from the resigning, now he sees more things. The discussion has gone up higher. So this is what we call self-awareness. And a coach has to be a good facilitator to take through that process with a person to raise that guy's awareness up. But if you tell him, oh, your family will suffer, this and that, the effect is not so great. But if you can get him to say those things himself, it becomes so much greater. Just like our children, it's the same. If you can make them do things, Mommy, I love you, rather than, you love Mommy or not? I love Mommy or not? Tata, you love Mommy or not? Okay. I want you to love Mommy, Okay, those kind of things won't give the love as much as the guy comes along and say that, Mommy, I know how to tell you I love you very much, or something like that. All right. So that's a facilitator. Okay, clear? So let's move on. Now, there's a statement here. All coaches are good facilitators. But not all facilitators are coaches. What do you mean by this? Okay, maybe it's unfair to ask you this question. Let me ask you the other way. What is a facilitator? I'm jumping the slide. Okay, I'm going to go into this slide here first. I jump here, and then I will, yeah. What is a facilitator? Okay, let's go to this slide first. I think you're just going to skip a little bit. To facilitate means to enable, okay? To make it easier, to think better, to organize your thinking process in a much more, sequential way, more organized way, and of course, the ability to raise your self-awareness. That is called facilitating. And a coach has to be good in this thing. Okay, like they say, a coach, if there are two skills that they need most of all, those of you who are in coaching, what are the two things that a coach will need to have as skills? Listen and question. Okay, that is we call the nasi lemak of coaching. Okay, you need to have the sambal and you need to have the rice. These two things cannot be separated. Same with coaching. Listening and questioning are used to do this whole process here, to enable the mind to think in an easier way, to organize the process of thinking in an organized way. When a person is like kilang kabut already, a lot of things happening in his life, he's so messed up, he can't tell the difference between A and B and C, it's all clouded. You need a coach to clear the forest in their mind, so they begin to think in a more organized way to achieve their goal. Okay, so that is called facilitate. Let me now go back to the previous slide. Yeah. So back to this slide here. So all coaches need that to do that. But you know that even in organization or even training community, there are people who are known as facilitators, right? Do you know that? Okay. But are they coaches? Not necessary, right? So when is a facilitator a coach?
To bring the self-awareness out. The facilitator able to facilitate a situation and able to raise a positive self-awareness of an individual for some good result.
Okay. He's a coach. Okay. So you mean to say, are there facilitators who cannot facilitate, who cannot bring out the self-awareness, but they are facilitators? Can? Okay. What do you think? Can a facilitator, is there, okay, that means there are two types of facilitator according to your name again? Azam. One type of facilitator, they can facilitate to raise someone's self-awareness. And there's another type of facilitator who don't. But they are also facilitator, right? Huh?
Yes, coach will enable to bring self-awareness of the individual to a higher level where he can have his own way of resolving whatever issues.
Okay. That's a coach lah.
Rather than facilitators provide a platform where the individual can go around to the extent can go up.
Without having to raise the self-awareness.
Yes.
Okay, maybe so. Yeah. That's another point down there as well. That's one. What is another thing that tells you that facilitators are facilitators? Facilitators does not have to be a coach, and coaches are facilitators. Must be facilitator. If you can't be a coach when you're not a facilitator. But a facilitator can be a facilitator. It's a very confusing word, right? Now, facilitating, like for instance right now, I am facilitating the session. Now, I do not know whether I raise awareness or not. Some yes, some no. But key thing about this whole thing is this. After this program is over at 4:30, you go your way, I go my way. I'm no longer responsible for you. That's what a facilitator do. Just a professional facilitator. But if you are a coach, you are with that person for a while. What? To do what? To do what? That extra time for what? To do what?
To see whether there is an awareness.
To see arise. Okay. To see whether there's awareness. To see whether this guy is doing what he say he's doing. to see that he's moving along the right direction, to make sure that you give him feedback when you see things are not right, together with the facilitation, then this guy is both a coach and a facilitator. Whereas if a facilitator is just here like me right now, although I'm a coach, but I am just facilitating, I'm not in coaching with you all, so to speak, facilitating the program, because at 4:30, you go your way, I go my way. I mean, in that sense of the word. I don't mean that we can always keep in touch, for sure. Okay, now let's move on.
Dr. Mai, what about mentor? What's the difference between mentor and coach?
Okay, so we are into the basics of understanding this whole thing. What is a mentor and what is a coach? Or what is a trainer? What's the difference between coach and these people?
One is subject matter. Mentor is subject matter.
Subject matter, okay. And a coach is a
Using a process.
process. He's a process expert. A coach is a process expert. A mentor is a product expert. A trainer is a product expert. A consultant is a product expert. That means you cannot be a consultant. Let's say in engineering, you can't be a mentor for that subject. You can't be a consultant for that subject. You can't be a trainer for that subject in engineering if you don't know or you're not qualified in engineering. Okay? But a coach is someone who can coach in any discipline because he's using a process called facilitation that is made up of listening and questioning. So coaches can go into more industries for that matter. Okay, so that's the difference. But can there be a coach mentor? Can also. Better still you have the subject matter and you can also facilitate. That's the most beautiful thing that can happen to anyone. But in most cases, you either have a mentor or you have a coach. All right, clear on that? Get the definition all spelled out. Okay, let's move on. Now, here will tell you, they are the process owner or the process expert. They use question, they listen, and they facilitate. That's a coach. Okay? So, in the case of a mentor, what do? They are the expert. They tell. They instruct. They don't need to facilitate. Of course, they can facilitate, but they don't need to. But if you are a coach, you need to facilitate with your question. And we're going to do that afterwards in a short while. Right. Third. I think this one we have already gone through it. What make them good facilitators? Because they do these things here. They make things easier. They organize your thoughts. Okay. Example. Let's say I say this to you. I don't know how to talk to my boss. Each time I talk to my boss always, will run me down, never give me a chance. So much so, I am so discouraged working in the company because my boss, does this to me. Okay. Coach, can you show me some way? Can you give me some techniques? How to make my boss listen to me? Okay. This guy is confused, very sad. Okay, very low awareness. So now you are a facilitator, you're a coach. You listen to me already. Now, take me through. Wait, okay, you have listened to me, right? And do you think I'm a sad man? Am I sad? Very sad, very disappointed. Maybe confidence also no more. So I came to you now. And you are playing the role of a coach and you are facilitating and make things easier for me. So I want to hear some good questions that help to peel the onion of my mind. Give me one question. Give me a question. Why do I have to worry about that? Does that make it easy for me? Make me more angry. Maybe, okay. So that question tak boleh pakai. for the stand, huh? Never mind, huh? For just joke only, huh? Okay.
To share a little bit more the situation.
Wow, more, give you more, oh, more, okay, more. Okay, so they give you a lot of grandfather story, grandmother story. Okay, so this question not facilitative enough. You understand? Because I tambah the story, you make more and more only, yeah? Okay. Okay.
Give a specific example.
Okay, just an example.
When your boss is not happy with
Yeah,
you.
at meetings, you know, when I try to say something, he always run me down. He say my idea very stupid. Okay, you want more example? Some more I give you extra, okay? Tambah. So that one, okay, but it doesn't take me forward.
Can you describe situations if you think your boss is listening?
Describe that my boss is,
Listening.
oh, for me? Okay, or change it. What is a time when your boss did listen to you? Because my mind is like, no good, he scold me. And suddenly somebody came along and said that, can you describe a time, rather than, can you describe me 5 or 10 instances where your boss, 10, don't have 10, but you ask for one. So for me to answer the one becomes, yeah, there was a time when I'm very prepared, with my work, when I see him, yeah, that's when he will give me, a listening ear. Okay, so good.
What if his answer is none?
Say none. Let's say you say none. There is none. Then what does a coach do? Huh? You're facilitating, You're facilitating, You're facilitating. So you use words like, say there is one, a small one. Or, can I invite you to think for a few seconds? That is another one. So any of those kind of things that you do, that means you don't take no for answer, but you try to use other means to elicit that person to, yeah. Okay, good. Another one? Another question to that? Yeah. When I am well prepared for my work, when I have done my homework and I see him, that's when he does listen to me. Or he did listen to me. Then, good. So, broken. Earlier on, my boss don't listen to me. Now, suddenly, somebody came along and asked me, wow, to just change my perspective, I found that. Some more?
Does he listen to other people and why?
Does he listen to other people? Yeah, he listens to other people, but he don't listen to me. Okay, the question? Huh?
At what point then other people point out, then he will listen? What kind of point other people point out, he will listen? What kind of idea? What kind of thing?
When they speak very well? Huh? When he has everything in black and white? Rather than just talking, but he write down, these people write down and then give him a paper and both read together. Then he listen. Huh?
Why you are not doing the same? So that your boss will listen to you also.
Good. Change that a little bit. Very good. How can you also do the same? Then any of those kind of things, yeah, since follow lah. Since they do this way, if they put it all in order, there is black and white, very organized, boss listen. So, how can you also do it? Then I follow them. There you are. So there you are. This is just some very simple things that you do to get people out of their, comfort zone, their fixed thinking into something else, and that's what we call to facilitate, to make things easier for people. Thinking. Okay, we will go through a bit more on this. Are you okay so far? You got an idea now? Huh? Idea only, not skill lah. Huh? Idea other, to know what it is all about. Okay, huh? All right. Okay, let's move on. Now, two tools that a coach uses, mentioned before, is these two things called deep listening and powerful questioning. Okay, so these are the two things that are very key when you are facilitating. And if you ask me, or I ask you, which one do you think is more important? The listening or the questioning?
Listening.
Okay,
We cannot come to the
answer
question.
is correct, huh? But my question to you is why? Why listening is more important? If you have two things if you only one thing to improve on, either you're listening or you're questioning, and I got the right answer. Who said that just now? Listening? Who was that person? Alan. Okay, Alan. Okay. So listening is more important. Alan, why?
It is people emotion. Listening to get to go in and understand the person more
So before you can?
fix the problem, to understand the person first before you can attempt to
Before you can ask the question, you have to listen. It's like saying you can never ask a question, or you should never even think of the question to ask until the person has finished saying everything about what he say. Then you take like 2 or 3 seconds, let it go. Like in Bahasa we say masuk badan, like, go in for a while. Then your question come. Then your question is real-time question, not question that you predetermine in your mind what to ask. So you can never ask good question when you don't listen. Impossible. Okay? So therefore, a focus of all coaches is train this very, very well. Then you will be able to ask questions. So sometimes people say, oh, can you teach me how to ask questions? I say, no. Direct your attention right now to your listening. When this listening is good, your question will become, much better. Okay. Now, questions are so important. You see, in coaching, they always say this. The person down there, okay, the staff, he has the answer, but he doesn't have the question. But the coach is someone who has the question but don't have the answer. So when these two people come together, the one who has the answer but don't have the question, and the one like a coach who has the question and don't have the answer, they come together, they create a wonderful, wonderful relationship that is so rich. Can you imagine a coach asking questions not to test you whether you know or not know? Many people become coaches. Oh, actually I know the answer already. I just want to ask the question to see whether he understands or not. But if you do that all the time, I think so it's very suffering for you, because you already have the answer. What do you tell the fella? But the fact that you don't have the question, you don't have the answer, but you have the question, then you are asking the question out of an intuition. You ask a question out of what you feel, what you saw. Then you find that your question becomes so powerful because it is actually in the moment with the person. So the coach, when they have the question, after listening to the coachee, they're like the spotlight, They put the spotlight in the right places of the mind to find answers in an organized way. Because, like, for instance, the lady down there from Intel, what's her name, by the way? Chai.
CHAN.
Okay, Chan, okay, Miss Chan, yeah. All the while my mind is on my boss not good to me, my boss cruel to me, my boss unfair to me. Suddenly the spotlight, suddenly you just go to the area and ask the question, what is one moment in your life where your boss did listen to you? Yeah, actually there were. But my mind, because I'm so angry, so negative, I only think of the negative, I never thought of the positive. So that is what coaches does, using the question like spotlight to put it into the mind of the person. And that is the most powerful way to facilitate. Okay. So let's now go to the fourth part here. And this is the part where we will learn some techniques on how to do that. Okay, there are like 4 methods here. One method is called inquiry exploratory. And the next one is called divergent convergent. Next one is called funneling. The other one is called aligning. The other one is called elevating. There are 5 here, okay? And we're going to take this through one by one. Let's start off by the inquiry exploratory. What it means here. Inquiry exploratory means this. Your questions are to find out about the current situation of the person. Stay there for a while. before you go to exploratory, which we are very good, we move to the future, where we ask people questions like, what can you do? When will you do? How much time do you need to do it? Who can support you? What is the first thing you can do? These are all exploratory, but a coach asks questions targeting at that first inquiry before moving into the exploratory. Let me stay in the present before they go to the future. Okay. So let's do a bit of coaching over here, and I'm going to demonstrate that coaching to you all. Now, who has got an issue or a goal that you want to achieve, or something that you have, and we can actually do a little bit of coaching here itself? Anyone here? To demonstrate what is this thing called inquiry and exploratory. Anyone? It can be a small little issue, don't have to be a big issue. It can be about a cat, it can be about a neighbor, it can be about a tree that you want to cut or don't want to cut. It can be any of those kind of things. Who has one? Who likes to share one? A small one? Okay, can you do that?
I got work issue in
All right.
hiring.
Okay. Quick one, What's your name, by the way?
Azam.
Azam, Okay, Azam. Okay, Azam. Speak loud. Thanks very much. Okay, Azam, what do you like to discuss?
I think I would like to explore on really hiring talent. I've been hiring talent, and they still cannot deliver a good result.
Okay, so you want to discuss about hiring talents who can really deliver results. Okay, so that's his issue. Thank you very much for that. Okay, first question. So I will focus here on inquiry. Which means that, why is this important to you?
I have to deliver company goals.
You have to deliver company goals. Okay.
One of my KPI is to make sure that this new talent that we hire
Okay.
really can show good results.
Okay. So this is an example of an inquiry question. Okay. Second question, inquiry. Why are they not delivering results like what you want?
So probably the method of hiring is right.
The method of hiring may not be right. Okay. So that's called inquiry. Okay. If you don't change this method of yours, what will happen?
This is the only method that we can get the available talent. I've been trying into several other methods. It's really take a long time to get the talent. So this is the only method that I think is possible that we can gather some talent.
And what is that method that you are using to get this talent? So I am still staying at the inquiry, exploratory? Inquiry. So, but we managers, we sometimes have no patience for this type of question one, no. We want to go into here faster, no. So that's where the problem starts, because then the person don't have the awareness yet. Okay, all right. So what is the method that you are currently using to get these people fast?
For this talent, we are actually engaging two methods. One is that we are depending on the executive search.
Okay.
So we rely on the executive to really search for this talent.
Okay.
And second one, we are trying to go into the new system like linking Glassdoor, that kind of thing, try to explore whether people can come out forward and share their input.
Oh, okay. So, out of these two methods, which one is more effective? What kind of question? Inquiry or exploratory? Inquiry. Okay? It's still on the present of what Azam has been doing all this while. Out of these two, which one is actually more effective?
As of now, only I see that the executive search is effective, but yet I've not really and explore and see the other method very effective around.
Okay.
That will take time.
All right. Are you prepared to explore that?
Not really, because the business very want it immediately.
Hmm.
And I really got a very short time frame.
Okay.
Whenever the project ready.
Okay. Yeah, because of time factor and so forth. So, exploratory, yeah? How can you make what you are doing a little bit more effective?
The only way is to try and search for as many executive companies as possible, build a database,
Okay.
and find a way to trigger them as fast as possible.
Okay.
That's one.
That's one. That's very good. If there is a second way, another thing that you can also do.
Not sure yet, but we see that money also correlate to the talent. I mean, if you're willing to pay for more, this executive search is willing to do extra effort to really search for talent for more.
Okay. How can you still recruit effectively without having to spend so much money? Yeah, don't have to answer the question, huh? But it's more to show how questions are asked under the inquiry and the exploratory only, okay? Then we will have more time on that. So now, what do you learn from here? In the way questions are asked, first using inquiry, then you move to exploratory.
You start to based on my understanding, inquiry is more to get more clear picture of the current situation. Understanding for the issue within of the situation, then in fact to solve it by exploring how to overcome the issue.
Yes.
That is two elements that you
Definitely, okay? Very good explanation. Just add one more point to that. When the person is talking about his situation, it is not only for you to get information. I'm a coach, okay? I ask question because I want to know the detail. It's not about you who wants the detail. Okay, you may want the detail. It is important. But the more important is, this person who is talking like the case of Azam, is for Azam to now talk about his issue. He becomes more clear about his issue. And then when you answer the question, so Azam, what can you do? It becomes easier for Azam to answer this question because when he talks about his issue, he becomes more aware of his situation. Not just the coach wants to have information. It is important for you, but it's even more important for in the case of Azam or in the case of the coachee to get that awareness so that they can find that answer for themselves. Okay, so that's called inquiry exploratory. Clear on that? Okay. Now, any questions? All right.
The person that you are is not knowing the situation well. He himself is not aware of the current situation. Like just now the question that you asked, he cannot answer that. And how to continue?
We didn't have a time to actually go through the whole process. Yes, there is a way that we can. Sometimes people say, I don't know, but that doesn't mean they do not know. Some people say, I do not know for a few reasons. Yes, sometimes, yes, I really do not know because I never studied the subject. I do not know. Sometimes when people say don't know, it's like, I know, but I don't want to tell you. Okay? Or, I know, but I'm afraid to tell you. I know, but I'm not sure whether it's the right thing to say or not. So many people use a word called I don't know to cover many, many things, their intention. So a coach, when you are listening, then you will know whether the I don't know is really an I don't know, but an I don't know is actually something else. So when you know that, then the coach will know how to move. That's why, back to the question earlier on, which is more important, listening or questioning? Listening is so important because if you don't listen to the unspoken word, you only listen to the word I don't know, the word called I don't know, but you don't listen to the other thing that actually he means he knows but he's afraid to tell you, then you will be stuck without a question to ask because you are just listening at the head level, like they say. So that's one. Another one, divergent convergent. So what it means here is this: the coachee does not know, or the coachee or the person doesn't know. He's taken through a process we call divergent. We explore many ideas. Like in the case of Azam, one thing he could do is, he said he will explore as many headhunters around to look and get them to look for people for his organization. And Second one, we didn't go to that, but I could just expand on that and we explore the many, many ideas. And then from there we say, out of all these three, which one is the best thing to do? So that's called the divergent convergent. Okay, let's do an exercise in a short while. But before that, let's understand the concepts a little bit more. Divergent here means, in other words, what could you do? So you provoke free flow of idea, just free flow. And then you converge from what could you do to what should you do. And here is where you think critically through all these 5-6 ideas and you select the best one. Okay, that's called divergent convergent. Okay, let's try this. I changed the role. Now you're my coach. Easier. You do this. You know, I have got $1 million with me now, but I do not know what to do with that 1 million. Coach, help me lah. Okay, so now you apply the divergent and convergent on me. Who wants to be the coach? Just now I asked you to be coachy, you all don't be coachy. So now I change lah. I become now the coachy, you all coach. Now who wants to do that? This part you all can do. I have $1 million and I do not know what to do with that money.
What is your dream?
My dream is to be a rich man lah. Yeah, I'm a very good coachy. Okay. Yeah, my dream is to become a rich man lah.
So do you think you are rich now?
What could you do with that?
Wait, one by one. What could?
Do you think you are rich now? Because you say
Yeah, I'm rich. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't be just having the money with me. I want to do something with the money. Okay, so I haven't gone through a process yet of divergent, but you asked me a good question. Okay, continue from there.
You have one thing to spend, what would you like to spend?
If the one thing that I want to spend, maybe marry a second wife lah. So you have one. Divergent, okay? Although to you may what an answer, doesn't matter. You have gone one, okay? Some more, continue from there. Follow, must follow the conversation. Cannot have another, must equal. So he said, if there's one thing that you can do, what will you do with that 1 million? I said, okay, I marry a second wife.
so second instinct that you want to
Do you need a house?
Then you're telling me I need a house, okay? So that's not coaching already, Okay, but it's a good question. So what's the next one?
Can I invite you to think another one?
Can I invite you to think of another one? Wow, nice, Wow, invite me, okay. The second one is, wait, yeah, maybe I should go and upgrade my car to a Porsche. So there are two now. One is marry a wife, second wife. Second one is a Porsche. Okay, so you have done a divergent brainstorming. I have been able to come up with two. Don't stop. Carry on.
What do you think that you still don't have in your life?
No need to say all the thing. What is a third one? Enough. Sometimes we all a lot of tamba. No need tamba lah. Okay, good. There are two. What is the third one? Okay. On number 3, number 4. Wow, very good. Number 5. Stir that person up, and that person. Then you are doing a divergent.
Yes, one minute to leave. What are you going to do?
No need to add all these things. What is another one? What is another one? You know, when you do that, you know what it means. I don't like your idea, call marry second wife. I don't like your idea, buy a Porsche. Now I give you 1 minute to live. So you are now judging my answer, you know what I mean? Not. Then it's like, then you are not very truthful to me.
So in this concept, I think what you're leading is that in order to create the divergent, we have to be positive and go together with bring more.
Yeah.
As many as possible.
As many as possible. That's right.
To bring out.
Yeah.
And that means we are actually driving you toward
Diverge. Yeah. Correct.
We have to really swim with you. that all the possible way of how to spend the money.
Yeah. Because that's what I want you to do for me. I said I got 1 million. You know, so what can I do with the 1 million? Then you are just helping me, the process. So you don't have to, yeah.
You are stirring the person to think.
To stir the person to think, to expand his mind, to stretch his mind. Because very easy for people to say, you ask someone, so can you give me an idea? No lah, that's all I have. Many people will do that because we are mentally lazy. We are basically mentally, enough already lah. We are very complacent, we are very, so that's why we need a coach to facilitate, because otherwise the mind will stop thinking, you know, because they don't want to think so hard, no. That's why the coach has to come in to help. Okay, you understand? Okay, let's say I name already 5, okay? Marry wife, second wife, Porsche, go for holiday, renovate my house, do another PhD. Let's say I name 5. Divergent, because you did so well, divergent. Now you do convergent. Let me select. What is a Christian?
Which one will you think
Which
you will do first?
Which one do you think you will do first? Well, sometimes not first. First, then second maybe. Yeah, most important to you. Let's say whatever it is, you know, do my PhD. So it may not be first, but this is the thing that I want. When you say first, then first, which one first, which one second? I mean, I want all, no. No, I mean, but the other way of looking at the whole thing is, out of all these things here, which one is most important to you? Which one would answer your dream most? And then after that will be, when do you want to do that? Okay, so that's called divergent, convergent. Third, funneling. What is funneling? Funneling means, in other words, you ask broad question first, and then the question becomes more and more narrower until you get to the final one here. So so it's like something like this kind here. It has got its layers, layers, and the layers become narrower, 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 and narrower. Okay. Okay. Now I play the role of coach, just to demonstrate what is funneling, broad question. Now, who has got an issue for coaching? I need to rush because I want to give you all the time in the world to do your coaching. So the faster someone volunteer, the better. Very simple one. I'm not going to go ask you some very, very secretive question of your life one. Anything for that matter. Anyone? See, Azam so good, or has volunteered already. Okay, let's have somebody else. Okay, the name? Ui, thank you. Sue,
S-O-O.
Sue, okay, hi Sue. Sue, so my question will be this. First question, what do you want to discuss? Broad. I do not know what the subject you're bringing about, so I ask you a big, broad question.
Should I open an office in KL?
Okay, so your response to this is whether you should open an office in KL. Okay, next question. Why so difficult to decide?
Because I'm not familiar with the market over there.
You're not familiar with the market over there. Okay. Next question. Is it important to know this?
Yes.
Yes. Next question. What do you need to do?
Market survey.
Okay, survey. Okay. Some more. So now I'm going into divergent already. Okay. Market survey. That's one. Very good.
Demographic.
Okay. Let's say demographic survey. Very good.
What to do, right?
You got two already, yeah? You do your market survey. You want to understand the demographic. That's fantastic. What else?
Competition.
Understand competition. Okay, let's say with 3 lah. Thanks, Stu. Out of the 3, now I'm using divergent. Which one is most effective to know the market?
Out of 3, right?
Yeah.
First thing I mentioned is
Market, demographic, and competition. Just name one lah. Just name one. Huh? Market survey. Okay. Next question. Thanks. 2. When do you want to do this? Don't know the answer any question. So you can see from here is the questions are broad and they become narrower and narrower and narrower, and the mind becomes very sharp. Then you're now into the action part as to exactly what I need to do and when I want to do it. But you take the person through a funnel approach to in facilitation. That method. Okay? I'm going to a crash course with you all. This one will take you maybe like 3 months to finish. But we are just doing it in a quick way so that you can just pick up some key skills down there that you can use that in your everyday life. Okay, with that?
I think the funneling may be correlated to some of the total preventive or the 5S concept where they ask 5 to 1. What, when,
Problem solving.
But you realize there is no how here. There's only one why. You see the what here, which can also be said as what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Sometimes it is how, but we turn the how to a what as well. Okay. But the funneling approach, broader to narrower. All right. Are you okay? Can go on for a while. Just another 2, 3 more to go. Now, third one here, okay, this is an example of funneling. Let's read together so that we won't fall asleep. What is the situation? What causes this? What do you want to see happening? What have you done so far? What needs to be done? And finally, when will you do it? The when question is always the last question. But in management, sometimes we always ask the when question very early one. No? We ask the bottom at the top, but we shouldn't be asking that because we want them to go through a process where the when becomes a natural thing that they want to do. One of those things that we coaches do. All right, next one, aligning. Aligning means this: you ask question, you listen to the response to the person until he finishes everything. You pick up a word from what he says, and then you build that question. And then after that, you listen again to the response. You follow the same process. You pick up another one that way. So you can go deeper and deeper into the issue. Okay, let's start with this. Okay, so you pick up a keyword, you build the next question. So you must listen. Is this, okay, I see this. My staff don't trust me. Coach, can you help me to find a way to make my staff trust me? What is your next question? Why do you think they don't trust you? Very good. So Ajar has picked up a word called don't trust, and his second question is why they don't trust you. Okay, my answer, I also don't know. Next question. I also don't know. This is a question someone mentioned. What if the person say, I don't know? Okay, so this is facilitation. I also don't know.
how do you know that your staff don't trust you?
Follow. Don't think so hard. Just follow. Huh? Sometimes we work very hard. We get worried unnecessary. You just hear, I don't know, die lah. I also don't know, ask already. Don't. Relax. Okay. So okay again. I also don't know lah. So you're keeping a tight conversation. So which is the word that you want to pick up to build your next question?
Is it so important to you?
The I don't know missing. It's a good question, but it's not a tight conversation lah, because you did not pick up from my statement.
Any situation that you know?
Huh? Say?
What caused you have this feeling that you didn't have the trust in them?
Wow, too long. Question, why you don't know? That's it.
What is the situation happen?
Huh? But listen first lah. The question is, why you don't know? Just relax your mind. Just ask that question, simple. Question don't have to be very complicating. Okay, let's say I say this. Because there are so many possibilities. Listen, you must listen. Don't think of your other question, no. Listen, keep your mind quiet, just listen to what I say. That's most important. Yeah, because there are so many possibilities.
What are the possibilities?
Okay, give me one possibility. Good. What are the possibilities? Very good. So you build that way. Okay, let's continue. One possibility is because they say that I sabotage them. Or what did you sabotage? Or do you agree that you sabotage? Also can. Okay, what they are sabotage? I don't give them their increment. Okay, continue. I did not give them the increment.
Do you think increment is important?
Not important. I did not give them the increment. Next one. Why you don't give them the increment? Okay, then you are in. Follow on. But you know what? I know what you mean. No? Because our mind sometimes now you're talking, it's also talking, same time, We are also thinking of next question to ask. So that's why we cannot listen properly because our mind very busy, Sebo all the time, So it's like, how do you stay calm? Very good. Next. So this is example. You can also have. I think you have that in your notes. Can we read together? The coachee says, "I'm not happy." Coach, why are you not happy? Okay, can you see from there? Coachee, my boss threatens to sack me. Why did he threaten you? Coachee, he said, "I'm not performing." Do you agree with your boss? Yes. Then, what best thing you want to do now? So in that way, you go deeper into the conversation by keeping a tight conversation. Your conversation got hook one. It hooks. And you can only hook when your mind is very quiet and calm. Otherwise, as you're talking, I'm thinking of another thing altogether. So that's called aligning.
What happened if the answer is no?
Huh?
He said no.
Then, why no? Or why you say no? You can always follow on that. Now, next one is elevating. Elevating here means this. Now, this one is a little bit complicating, but it's very, very powerful. Now, these are needs of people. The basic needs of people are environment. That means I do certain things because I want to feel wanted by the community, by the environment. And because of that, I am I am into a behavior. Example, for instance, okay. Boss asked coachee, this is the third time you are late. Why are you late? So coachee say, I am late because I don't have transportation. What else? I sleep late. Why you sleep late? Or because my friend, every night kacau me and ask me to go for teh tarik at 12 o'clock in the midnight. That's why I am late. So this is called behavior and environment. Okay? Now, you want to raise awareness, you must raise awareness looking at the higher needs of belief or values. Values are what? Questions. What are questions that you can ask to find out somebody's value? What is important for you? What will make you very happy? What will make you very motivated? So these are questions that will go around words like values. Then next one, identity. Your ego. How do you like to be seen? How do you like to be seen as a manager to your staff? How do you like to see yourself as a father to your children? How do you see yourself? Okay, so this is called identity. Yeah? And then of course at the highest level is this level we call purpose. Why do you exist? What makes you want to be in this company? What do you want the company to do for you? What is your reason for your existence? Okay, these are all things that we do at the higher level. So what it means here is this: when we ask questions, when we ask a lot of questions that are technical, that are on behavior and why you ask your friend to come so late, tell your friend don't come to you, oh I cannot lah, my friends are my good friends, no, they will keep coming to my house, no, and I don't know how to tell them, no. But you can tell them off lah, tell them that you have to sleep, no lah, very difficult that my friend. So they will always find reason to defend themselves, control themselves. So if you want someone to go up higher, to change his habit, you have to touch on these three things here. On belief, or on their identity, or on their purpose in life. Okay, let's try that. Okay, nah? Make it very simple for you all. Okay, you are the coaches and you are helping to elevate me. Okay, I'm late. Yes, boss, I'm late again. Because I can't wake up. Okay, who wants to be a coach? Huh?
Why you cannot wake up?
Because my friends, they come and disturb me, in the night, in the middle of the night, and ask me to go out, teh tarik and all these things. So I go out, I come back around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the night, in the morning. So I only got 2 hours of sleep. Slowly lah, so relax. Listen first. Okay, very good. Must relax. Okay, that's why I only sleep like 2 hours, 3 hours. And that's why I cannot wake up. Okay, relax. Listen. Then you'll be able to ask better questions. Okay, very good. Some more? What else? What else? My alarm clock not working, got no money to change alarm clock. So these are all behaviors lah. They'll defend lah. Alarm clock not working, friend disturb them, blah blah blah. Okay. So we are still asking questions at this level, this lower needs level. Unless someone elevate me to a higher level, then I'll still stay at the lower level. Okay, continue.
Can I ask a question? You are manager. You come in late. Do you think this is the correct way that we should
Good. It's not a correct way. I know it's not a correct way because I'm a manager. Good.
Do you like your work?
Wait, follow. Hold on. Why work? Nothing to do with work. Not late. Okay? Yeah, it's not right, boss.
You want to be a good manager?
Yes. I want to be a good manager.
You think that coming early is one of the way to be a good manager?
Then you are okay, all right, no problem with that. But you don't talk about the lateness anymore. The lateness is lower level. Now you are higher level already. As a manager, do you think it is right to come to work late? Very good, no. Here, actually, you asked me a question on identity. Higher level. If you ask me a question, why is it not okay as a manager to be late? Because then people don't respect you. Then you cannot get job done. Then when it comes to promotion, you don't get because you are a lousy manager. Now, here is where I express myself a bit more. Okay. Then, next question. Good. So you raised already. So you know that you're getting there already. He's giving you a new set of explanation. He's seeing things from another perspective already. Very good, no?
So what do you want to achieve as a manager? What do you want to achieve as a manager in the long run?
Don't talk about achievement. Don't talk about achievement. Yeah.
About the goal.
Remember, this one you're asking me is to overcome some disciplinary issues I have. So it has nothing to do with achieve in the sense, what I mean not. You just stay there for a while. But it's a good question. You're asking a very good question. But I just want you to be very aligned so that the mind opens up in a very organized manner. Yeah, it is not good to be, as a manager, it's not right for me to be late.
what should you do next?
Hmm?
Do you know what should you do next?
Not do that. Why it's not okay? It's not okay because if I want people to be early, I have to be early myself. Otherwise, people don't respect me anymore. Go further, tight conversation. So what happens when they don't respect you? Then my job don't get done. Then my KPI cannot be met. Then I won't get my increment. Then I will have no money to bring home. Ask further. And when you can't do all those things that you want to do, then what will happen? Then I think I better jump down Penang Bridge and leave this world lah. Okay, so you have raised. So because you get them to verbalize the consequences of their deeds in a visual way, and that become the one. So, next, what then do you need to do? Oh, then tomorrow onward I'll be early already. I tell my friend, you don't come disturb me, blah, blah, blah. Let that higher awareness be the one that drives its action, rather than you go on to the action and try to drive the action by itself. Because people will always give you excuses for that. So elevate them to a higher platform for them to see more. That will make them change. Okay? So that's called elevating. Now, done.
Mike, how do you balance between being very provocative or annoying? How do you balance between being provocative and annoying? Because the way we ask questions very direct, sometimes it's like a provoking or annoying the coach. How do you avoid that?
Yeah, of course, I'm doing it here. It sounds that way. Of course, a lot will depend on, in better moments than this, where in a class, where you size up the person, that person, and I do agree with you. We shouldn't be too provocative with our coachee. We should be gentle, but yet we are assertive as well. You know what I mean? But of course, when you have somebody who is really, really what they call recalcitrant, he is really what they call somebody who very hard to change. Then sometimes you can be provocative to this kind of guys, but you don't become provocative to everybody in that sense of the word. Yes, totally agree with you.
I observe some of the questions like close-ended question. Should coach be more like try to arrange such an open-ended question?
Which one are the close questions?
For example, when you ask questions, the answer is yes or no. When you try to avoid questions of tendency to answer yes or no,
Okay. For a coach, there is, to me, that's my philosophy. There's no wrong question or right question. It is questions that are necessary for the moment. So when you ask a question like, for instance, okay, so do you think it's right to be late as a manager? The guy say, no, it's not right. So it's a closed question. Open it. Why is it not right? So your closed question will always lead to an open question, but rather than you stay in the same format all the time. So you do a mix, then you have variety in that. Okay, so these are all the 5 ways you can facilitate. Can you recall, without looking at the notes, what is one way? Inquiry and exploratory, divergent, convergent, funneling, aligning, elevating. Okay, good.
Are they in a certain order?
No, not in order. You flow with the moment. You do not know what question to ask. You do not know whether you're going to ask a closed question or an open question or a funneling question, or you do not know anything of that kind. That's why we say, calm your mind, think to someone. Don't have in your mind all the conversation like what step do I need to take. You have an SOP, okay, I must open, no. All this becomes background information. The main thing is feel your coachee. Okay, the more you feel your coachee, then the more intuitive you are in finding out what's the best way to move that coachee forward.
In your past experience, have you encountered that there's someone that's really beyond coach that's not able to coach anymore?
This is a question very often asked of me, and I always have this to say, like, to me, let's say I'm trying to coach somebody, I try to coach this guy like hell. No, sorry for this word, cannot know. So to me, my conclusion, this fella cannot be coached. But this fella suddenly go to our friend here, ask him, hey, suddenly he can coach him. He's so obedient to him. He listens to him. So it's my own limitation that is unable to bring out the best in him, but if he goes to somebody else who uses a different method, who listens to the person better, or whatever he does, then the person becomes what he call, will change because of that somebody, and not because of he is like condemned to that. No, I wouldn't dare to say that, because I think if there's somebody that I say I think he is uncoachable, it's because I can't coach him. But I cannot say that this person, everybody also cannot coach him. I mean, so it's not fair to say that to people I know. Yes, very, very important.
So you think that coach should be someone that you have to identify yourself and not to be assigned them?
You have to?
You have to identify your own coach. You cannot identify coach for your...
But sometimes we don't have the luxury,
Yeah.
Your workplace, the fella is your staff. Whether you like it or not, he's your staff, no. Whether this staff say, whether I like it or not, this fella is my manager, no. So it's for you to make the best of the chemistry, no. If the coach always look for chemistry, then suddenly everybody so is sacked, no. No, my chemistry, then nobody to coach, no. Everybody also cannot work, you know what I mean? So I think the onus is on the coach for ourselves to play the role and make ourselves so what they call adaptable, that we will have more hearts that we can win than hearts that we lose, you know what I mean? Then you are a coach, no, because you are more flexible and you go around to more people around you. Okay?
Can you see that for today, this 5 methodology is almost like 90% of the coach skill in coaching.
Yeah. And you learn it all in 10 minutes. How good, man? You know what I mean? Huh?
Here is actually, I can summarize that. If you have the power of listening and you have the 5 super method of coaching, you really a coach.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so. And that 5 methods sometimes take you years to master. It's 1 minute to teach you, but years, it's not your first question. Like for example, your first question is like, okay, you want to do conversion or diversion. So what is one thing you can do? Okay, I will, maybe marry a second wife. Okay, what is another thing you can do? Oh, maybe I buy a car. Then you become tired already. Concentration less already. Then after that, you simply shoot your question everywhere already, because you become, you don't have the energy, you don't have the stamina to go through the whole process, and that's our problem, Suddenly the first day, I don't know. You tell me lah. Lost already. Don't know what diversion or conversion. And then because of that, we get geram, we get angry, we get confused, okay. And these are the things that will always affect our listening. And listening is not just listening. Listening is your whole persona, no. It's your whole body, your whole communication, it's your spirit, it's your energy, it's your emotion, it's everything that is listening. Sometimes the word listening is such a small word, we thought it's only the ear, no. But listening is a big word, no. It is all encompassing, it's the universe, it's your universe, no. Okay? So, got it? Alright, so now we have got another half an hour to go. So I'd like you all to turn to the last 2 pages here. We call it facilitation skill practice. Now, let's read one by one all these 8 so that we understand what we are going to do shortly. But let's understand what is in the template. Can we read together? At the beginning of the conversation, my coach asked good question to know clearly what I wanted to talk about. So usually the first question that a coach would ask is, what do you like to talk about? Or what brings you here? Or what can I do for you? Okay? Always start your coaching conversation to define the agenda. Okay, good. Number 2. My coach listened well, kept a tight conversation that helped me to go deeper into my issue. Now you understand what tight conversation, right? You take a word and you build on another one. Third one, my coach was curious about my story and asked a number of inquiry questions to know more about my current. You know what's inquiry question? Question that find out about the present moment, like what is happening to you now, what are you doing about it, how it is affecting you, how much have you tried doing this. Okay, these are all inquiry questions. Okay, number 4. I gained self-awareness on how to solve my issue as my coach elevated my thinking that helped me to see more. Okay, next one. There were a few good occasions when I was stretched to find ways in overcoming my challenges. Okay, next one. My coach acted like an equal partner rather than an expert in the conversation. Number 7. Generally, it was mostly a non-directive conversation where my coach asked questions and listened more than telling me what to do. Okay, number 8, very important question. Overall, I have benefited from the coaching conversation. It has helped me to move forward and closer to my goal. Right, and number 9 is my other comments. Okay, so you understand the template, huh? Now, what we are going to do right up to 4:15 is this. You all are going to pair up. Best is if you have someone. It doesn't matter, like, even if your own colleague, like Intel, one big group among yourself. I scared only when you're all together, friend, all laugh, and nothing happens, So better pair up with somebody that you do not know for some serious coaching session, okay? But I leave it to you all. Just do a pairing, any one of you all, just pair, and then you all decide who to be the coach and who to be the coach as fast as possible. Now, the coachee, offer an issue. The coaches will offer, okay, I got an issue about a cat. I do not know whether to buy a cat or not. So I want to talk about this, okay? So that becomes like an issue. Anything, or my manager, or my staff, or anything. Work also can, private also can. Just agree on an issue and go into the coaching and see what you can do with all the 5 methods that you have. You don't have to use all, whichever method you think that is the best, just use that. And after that, at 4:15, we all come back here and I will facilitate a session to understand what you all have gone through, and that will close the entire 2 hours that we spend together. Possible for that? Okay.
Scale, ranking. How should we work that?
You mark lah. You mark if, let's say, for instance, at the beginning, the coach did ask, hey, what's your name by the way? Awal. Hey, Awal, what do you like to talk about today? We got 15 minutes. Oh, I'm talking about, let's say, my cat. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? I can give you 8 or 9 already because I asked that question. You know what I mean? That means you comply. But you don't have to worry. This one, now you understand. You just keep aside, because if you start looking at this one and do coaching, cannot coaching anymore. You know what I mean? Because you don't have the eye contact. So this thing now you simpan in your drawer or wherever it is. Just do the coaching. After that, only you take out and refer. You follow? Don't refer now. Just understand it. Now you all go into that session. We have 20 minutes for you to do a good coaching session. Can we do that? Okay, let's move to our neighbors, or you can go behind or forward and look for someone and do a 20 minutes coaching session. Okay. Okay. Now, if you haven't done it yet, no problem. When we finish at 4:30, you do what you can, and then you pass it on to your partner. Let us spend a couple of minutes just reflecting on what we have learned and what we have experienced over the last couple of, the last 2 hours. Can we do that? Okay, so let's get back to focus. Leave your evaluation to a little while later, if you don't mind. And let's get into a 12 minutes of discussion. Okay, question. Coach, the coaches in general, those who play the role of a coach. What was your learning when you tried to listen more and to use question instead of telling people what to do? What's your learning?
I always remind myself how to be directive on listen the best information.
You remind yourself not to be directive.
No, I still remind them.
Okay, so you remind yourself.
Yes.
Okay, good. So we have to do that. Then after a while, we get used to the process on how we can use Tai Chi to lead people rather than the Taekwondo way of, using a lot of energy, telling people what to do, giving instruction and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we require that shift, okay, reminding ourselves. Yeah, there's somebody.
Discovering that actually you drifted and then learning how to come back.
Yes, very good. So we call that you learn how to go back to the center. We will always move out of the center one. That's very normal. Just like a car, we need to go for realignment. The wheel will just go off after a while. Yeah, we will go off. Things happen, we get tired, and all that. So again, reminding ourselves, hey, you're going out already, out of point. So now let's go back to the center. And if you can do that to yourself so often, that means you are really becoming a better and better coach because you have got a self-monitoring system to tell you to do that. Very good. Now,
I was actually thinking of using the last technique. As I was doing the questioning, I realized I went more towards aligning. Correct?
yeah, you went back. Why did you go back? Why did you go back? There's no right or wrong because you are the best. You are the author of your life, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because first thing is that I didn't hear anything, so I can't say that. But you would. But my question to you is, why did you change?
Just initially, I was thinking, as Pat mentioned, if I could take the last technique, it will be more effective. And then during the questioning, I realized that the way I need to direct is to change it in this way. It's more beneficial to me.
Yeah.
So I decided to.
Yeah, which is good. So you use your intuition to tell you what to do. Rather than, oh, I must use the first one first, then the second one, third one. No. It can be anything. It's in the moment, no. Then you know what to do. Just like you are driving a car, you're so good in driving your car, you go in your car, you don't have to worry where is the pedal, where is the accelerator, where the signal light. You just go down there, you just flow. You just flow driving, and suddenly your phone ring also, you can answer. Thirsty, take water and drink at the same time. And everything in the moment, and you still get back home, so fine. Nothing happened to you. Okay, so you go with the moment. Go with the flow as to what is best for you. Okay, good.
The technique that you were saying just now, that when you clear your mind, you'll be able to listen better, and that seems to be working.
Yeah.
And it helps actually.
It helps, huh? And how do you keep your mind becoming quiet? Because our mind is always very busy one. Especially in the job that you're doing. If it's high pressure work environment you are, your mind will become even more busy one, no? That's why when you go home, you can even dream, no? Your wife will ask you, hey, you were talking about your company, when you're sleeping, no? You should be talking about me, you're talking about your company, Why? Because, yeah. So, but when you learn how to calm your mind and say, go away. Don't disturb me. I want to pay attention. You can do that. I can tell your listening improve many folds. And that requires a lot of practice. Just practice, and you get there. Very good sharing. Thank you so much for that. Azam.
I feel like I tend to make a conclusion which I'm very worried. Because I sometimes is very fast to jump and make my own conclusion. I have to really catch the understanding, and I find out maybe I have to try to learn to listen so that I don't conclude for them.
Yes, very good. Listen so that I don't conclude for that person. And this is our biggest, what you call, flaw. We always make conclusion because we think that we know best. We know best. Okay? We are experienced. Okay? I think I know what's it. You always want to make yourself look so good, and you make that statement on people, and that's where you cut your listening. And when you make that kind of thing, you know what will happen? You won't want to listen. When the moment you ask a question, when the person gives you an answer, and you tell yourself, this is not the correct answer I want, it's pop, you go away, your mind go off again already. Because you are in that process of cutting people off, and all the things happen because you don't have a calm mind. Yeah. Very good. Impatient, don't have calm mind, getting out, and don't know how to come back and all that. Very good.
That's our biggest sickness actually.
Huh?
That is our biggest weakness actually.
Yeah. Not you, everybody. And do you know why listening is so tough? We always think that we listen very, very well, but actually most of us, we listen very badly. You know what's the reason? There's a reason for it. Do you know in this world, there is competition for almost anything. Teh tarik competition, mountain climbing competition, beer drinking competition, live with the snake and don't get bitten by a snake. Anything also got competition. Have you heard of the international listening champion of the world? Is there a competition on listening or not? That's why people don't want to hone their skill in that, because got no prize. got no competition. So I take my listening for granted. See, you think about it. Everything in this world got competition, no? But listening got no competition. So it's a lost art. And we always think that we are listening very well, but we are not. We always have to give people answers to do. The best time when we are really what they call asking questions are when we are children. Mommy, why you do this? Mommy, why you scold daddy? Mommy, why you close the door? Mommy, they are very curious. They are always in the form of question. But we lost that art when we become big. Our ego took over. No need to ask questions. Let me tell you. I know best, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's the boss.
Huh? Yes, you know what I mean? So we want to get back this lost art because it's so powerful. Huh? It just makes us a better person, more effective, and we can help people a lot more as well. And we help people to raise their own awareness, you know what I mean? Just by being there for them, you know.
So I feel that one of the success value of the coach is that you have to make sure that you flow with them.
Yes.
And in your mind, and just trying to help, but not jumping into the problem.
Yes.
Within the process.
Yes, in the process. Very good. Flow with the coachee. Sometimes we say you dance with the coachee. You dance with them. So that you are in a very seamless conversation. Right? You know, a lot of barking here and there, telling, that's not coaching already. Because both getting stressed, no. Coaching is a process whereby both are calm, no. And then the mind works so well because there's no fear. Your staff don't fear you when they talk to you. They have an environment whereby it's very safe. They can say what they want. They know that you respect them. But if you have a staff that comes to your place and they shiver, they sit on the edge of a chair, they start playing their fingers here and there, you know that coaching can't work in that environment because there is tension in that environment. So people can't think. So when you ask questions, what can you do? Sure, you say, I don't know. You're scared of you already. Look at you, so scared. How to think of answers some more, no? Things like this kind, huh? Very good.
When we are running out of time, actually, coaching we do not help. Actually, coaching becomes instead of elevating the purpose or vision, people tend to telling, instructing ideas about how to do it.
Sorry again.
When coaching, it shouldn't be done in the running time.
Yeah. Coaching is not a rush job. And also, let me clear that. When you don't rush, you get to the result faster. When you rush, you don't get to the result. You jump straight to it, just like for instance, a traffic light. When you don't want the traffic light to turn green, let's say you are down there, red already, message came, handphone, you want, pop, green, wow, so fast one, the traffic light. But when you are in a hurry, you say, why the light don't change one? Why so long to change? Okay, it's like, that's life, no. When you rush, you don't get there. So that's why we have to be in the process to get to the result. You agree, no? Man, you ask yourself, sometimes when you're in a hurry, you wear your pants, you cannot, why the pants cannot get in one? But actually, it's just a two things, you know what I mean? But when you're not rushing, nothing, you know. But when you're rushing, wow, pressure, tension. That's life, huh?
Because coaching, basically, it's not. It's helping to facilitate the thinking. What is the decision that been made by the coachee? Okay, for example, we have developed the options, and then the coachee have came up with, for example, 3 options.
Okay.
And we are doing
Conversion.
so that the coachee will choose the best option from his perspective.
Yeah.
However, the coach feel that, maybe the coach have experience or product expert, but think that the option that been chosen by the coach is not the best one. The 3 options. So, is it the coach have? I mean, is there another step that we help
Can.
the coachee to reconsider?
Yeah, can. There are 2 parts of it. We look at the first scenario. First scenario is you feel that there is something better. Okay, because you are a manager, you know. Okay, nothing stops the coach from saying when the person is doing the conversion, the diversion. Okay, you ask. So what are some possible options? He gave you. Coach, listen. You got 5. Can I add one more into that? I also feel that maybe this can be considered. What do you think? What do you think? Oh yeah, okay. Because you ask permission. So he takes yours. Okay? Then you go conversion. Then out of the 6 or 5, he chooses one. And we find it, and then you find, okay, so this is the one. Question you can ask, why this one? Why not the other one? If there is something better than the option that you've chosen, what can that be? You can still do that. Okay, that's one part of doing that. Now, that's another part. Sometimes it is about us pushing our own view into it. Typical one, let's say children. Mommy, when I grow big, I want to be a teacher. Teacher, no good teacher. Teacher no money one. Teacher no future. Become an engineer better. We want to push our issue in. But mommy, I like to be a teacher. I like to take care of the 2 children. No good. Then that is what they call you imposing your view. That kind of pushing is no good because you are still imposing your view. But if it's really for the good of the person, then of course you explore it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have many children when they grow big. I even have coaches who became coach. They came but they are medical doctors. No, they say I want to be a. I say, hey, but you doctor why you want to be a coach? Oh, doctor, I want it for my mother. My mother want me to be a. So now I'm 35 years old already. I got it. I tell my mommy, you want me to be a doctor? I give you doctor. Now I want to pursue my dream. I want to be a coach. I want to help people. Okay. So sometimes because of the imposing of the view. So we have to know where we are in that sense of the word. Okay, so dear friends, as promised, we have come to the end. It's 4:30 now. So how has this session been for you? Learn something? Okay, so will you be using this in your life now? Yeah, just keep on practicing, and I'm sure you will become great coaches one day. And all the very best to you all, and keep on with that coaching spirit, and see you all again. Thank you.